Hello, botany students. Mr. Miller here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to propagate the aloe vera plant. So let's get started. All right, so aloe vera is going to require us to do several things that we wouldn't have to do with our more water-tolerant plants. So aloe vera is a highly drought-resistant plant, so it does not need a lot of water. So what we are going to do first is we are going to do a leaf cutting of it. There are multiple methods of how you can propagate aloe vera. Honestly, the most successful one is not the one that we're going to be doing in class because it is so time consuming. The most successful one is to do it via a root offset, where I would go ahead and pluck a certain amount of leaves that are connected to the right root, but I'd have to dig in there, and that would be a little bit tough because you might kill the entire plant. So we're not going to do that. We are going to make a leaf cutting, cut a single leaf, and then see how that works. That's what we are doing in class today and tomorrow. All right, so let me grab my supplies here. All right, so the first thing we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a cut, and I'll bring the plant closer to the camera. We're going to make a cut off the edge of one of these larger leaves. So let's go ahead and cut this one. So we're going to cut this larger leaf. I'm going to go about 4 to 8 inches from the edge. So we're going to cut it. Let me show you this cut leaf right here. So a decent stretch of the leaf, and notice that kind of waxy interior. That is the fleshy, the cuticle of that succulent. So that is what allows it to hold in water in the desert where it lives. So we are going to go ahead and need to let this edge sit for about a week. So we're going to let it sit for a week and harden from this green edge into a callus. Because if we plant it directly into the soil before then, into moist soil, this cut end can get infected, and we don't want that. We've got some aloe running out, which is it is a very liquidy substance, as you've seen if you've used the aloe vera sunburn treatment. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to let it sit for a week. I just told the students in class, go ahead, just let it sit on the edge of your pot of soil. So we're just going to let it sit right on one of these on top of dry soil, and when a week has elapsed, we will then get going again. All right, let's pretend that a week has elapsed. So the next step of what we would do is we are going to go ahead and dip our aloe into a rooting hormone. So this rooting hormone is going to allow the plant to grow its own roots, and then we can pot it in soil. So I go ahead and I dip it into this. I would dip it in, get it nice and caked around there. Dip it into that hormone. Once it's got a fully covered end, it almost kind of looks like flour, you would go ahead and put it in the soil. And kind of work it into the soil, moderately deep. And remember, aloe is a dry weather plant, so we're not going to want to put a whole lot of water in here, but we're going to want to moisten it slightly. So we'll do that. We'll go ahead and we'll moisten it slightly, and then that will be good. So in terms of that, I'm just going to grab a little bit of water from the sink. A little bit of water from the sink, and then it will be good to go. So essentially, because of that rooting powder, the aloe vera should be rooting out within several weeks to a month. We would be able to tell if it didn't make it. We'll be able to tell if it died, if the color goes from a dark green, as it is now, or a kind of a moderate green, to kind of a reddish or a brown color. So right now we're seeing that nice kind of brownish, or that nice kind of greenish color that we would expect. So we will see what happens. And that will conclude our propagation demo for the day, everybody. So it is fairly straightforward. We took it from a leaf cutting, and have a great day, everybody. Please complete the Google form that goes along with this presentation, as well as the Aloe general info. All right, bye.